Welcome to the Albums That Saved Us, where we dive deep into the music that didn't just shape our playlists but saved our souls. Today's band is a unique Halloween-themed staple in California's music scene, a band known for blending genres, spooky imagery, and unforgettable stage shows. Yep, I'm talking about Oingo Boingo. I discovered Boingo going to high school in Southern California and listening to 91X out of San Diego. I was attracted to this punky Southern California band everyone seemed to love. They were fun, wacky, and had this interesting little halloweeny association, especially in Southern California, where for years they would do a run of epic shows in Los Angeles and San Diego. Eventually seeing them became a yearly thing for my friend Mike and me, lasting several years. We'd often see a couple of Halloween shows a year, whether at Irvine Meadows or San Diego State Open Air Theater. Even those couple of times towards the end without the horn section, believe it or not. We were also lucky enough to be at the very last show. Their final show was held on Halloween night, October 31st, 1995, at the Universal Amphitheater in Los Angeles, California. This show marked the end of their iconic live performances, especially the Halloween shows that had become a beloved tradition for fans. During this last concert, the band played a wide selection of their biggest hits, including Dead Man's Party, Only a Lad, Just Another Day, and many more. True to their signature style, the show was packed with high-energy costumes and Halloween-themed visuals that paid homage to their spooky legacy. The set was vibrant and emotionally charged, with fans dressed up in Halloween costumes as part of the celebration. Danny Elfman announced the band's retirement before the show, attributing it to his growing concerns about hearing loss due to the loud nature of their performances. The show was recorded and later released as Farewell, live from the Universal Amphitheater, Halloween 1995, a double album that captures the band's intense farewell and lasting connection with fans. This live recording is widely considered an essential listen for fans, capturing the magic of their final Halloween show and cementing their legacy in the Halloween music tradition. The story starts with a surrealist troupe called the Mystic Knights of the Oingo Boingo, formed by Danny Elfman's older brother, Richard, in the early 1970s. It was an off-the-wall performance art troupe in Los Angeles known for combining theater, satire, cabaret, and strange musical sounds. When Danny took the reins, he leaned more into the musical elements and started shaping it into the band we know now. They transformed from an avant-garde performance art act into a proper band. By the late 70s, Danny Elfman was front and center, and their sound was taking shape, a strange blend of ska, new wave, and punk, with lyrics that were part surreal, part existential. They were a band that wanted to entertain, but also challenge listeners to question the world around them. They never fit neatly into one genre box, which in many ways worked for and against them. They found a loyal following on the West Coast, especially in California, where their sound became synonymous with the Los Angeles alternative and new wave scenes. While bands like The Clash and the Talking Heads were pioneering punk and post-punk, Boingo was a Southern California take on new wave with ska beats, eerie harmonics, and biting, satirical lyrics. Their songs showed off a complex mix of humor and darkness, touching on social issues, existential dread, and the desire for meaning in a chaotic world. California, with its booming punk and alt music scene, was the perfect stage, and they were a fixture in Southern California music culture, playing regularly at venues like the Whiskey A Go Go, the Hollywood Palladium, and of course their legendary Halloween shows. The band symbolized a certain California aesthetic, quirky, irreverent, and ahead of the curve. For many Angelinos, their music spoke to the restless, rebellious spirit of California in the 80s. They didn't just play shows, they threw events, blending costumes, props, and theatrics into their performances. In doing so, they created a unique world for their fans, a place where everyone was in on the Halloween-like ritual. It wasn't uncommon for people to show up in costume, ready to dance to Boingo's frenetic beats. If you grew up in California, or really anywhere Oingo Boingo's music reached, Halloween wasn't complete without them. They leaned into the eerie Halloween vibe with songs like Dead Man's Party became unofficial anthems for the season. Every October, fans looked forward to their annual Halloween concerts, which were as much a part of Halloween as costumes and candy. In a way, they helped shape Halloween as not just a holiday, but an experience, a community event filled with music, mischief, and a little bit of magic. Oingo Boingo created a bridge between music and Halloween culture, and it's hard to imagine one without the other. Even though Oingo Boingo officially disbanded in 1995, Danny Elfman has carried that Halloween spirit forward, notably in his work scoring movies for Tim Burton. The band's influence is still deeply felt every October, whether through cover bands, Halloween playlists, or Elfman's solo performances. For many fans, putting on an Oingo Boingo record is like carving a pumpkin or watching The Nightmare Before Christmas, a ritual that just has to happen for Halloween to feel complete. So if you're a fan of music, Halloween, or both, this is your reminder. Dust off those Oingo Boingo albums, pull up Dead Man's Party on your playlist, and let's keep the Halloween spirit alive, because as long as we keep playing their music, Halloween will always have a little piece of that Boingo magic. The quintessential Boingo album and the quintessential Halloween album is obviously Dead Man's Party. Released in 1985, Dead Man's Party is a genre-defying masterpiece that showcases the band's unique fusion of new wave, rock, and darkly humorous lyrics. With infectious energy and a devilish charm, this album remains a timeless gem in the band's discography, encapsulating the essence of their quirky sound and lyrical prowess. Dead Man's Party opens with the titular track, an iconic and upbeat anthem that immediately sets the tone for the entire album. With its catchy melodies, pulsating rhythms, and Danny Elfman's distinct vocals, the song becomes an invitation to join the sonic celebration. The album seamlessly transitions from one track to the next, offering a cohesive listening experience that is both exhilarating and thought-provoking. One of the highlights of the album is undoubtedly Weird Science, a track that gained significant popularity due to its inclusion in the cult film of the same name. This infectious song perfectly captures the band's ability to blend their signature new wave sound with a touch of tongue-in-cheek humor. Its energetic tempo and catchy chorus make it impossible not to sing along and dance to. Throughout Dead Man's Party, Oingo Boingo's legacy as a band that pushed boundaries, defied expectations, and created a sound uniquely their own. After Oingo Boingo's final show in 1995, several former band members have kept the legacy alive through tribute projects and performances, ensuring that their unique Halloween-themed energy continued for loyal fans. Drummer Johnny Vados Hernandez, along with other original members, formed Oingo Boingo, former members also known as Johnny Vados Boingo Dance Party. This tribute band features ex-members like bassist John Avila, sax player Sam Sluggo Phipps, and occasionally guitarist Steve Bartek. They've performed Boingo's beloved hits at festivals, Halloween events, and various venues across California and beyond. Their shows retain the theatrical, lively atmosphere of Boingo's original concerts, helping to maintain the music's Halloween tradition for both old and new fans. Danny Elfman, Boingo's iconic frontman, has played a pivotal role in preserving the band's spirit, even though he doesn't perform live with Oingo Boingo former members. He transitioned from the band to focus on his successful film scoring career, creating classic scores for movies like The Nightmare Before Christmas, Beetlejuice, and Edward Scissorhands, all of which carry that dark, playful energy reminiscent of Boingo's music. Elfman also performs these scores live at his annual Danny Elfman's Music from the Films of Tim Burton concerts, especially around Halloween, which has become a fitting extension of Boingo's legacy. Elfman's Halloween shows, especially when he includes songs like Dead Man's Party and performs as Jack Skellington, capture the spooky, whimsical essence of Boingo. These performances reinforce the idea that Halloween just wouldn't feel complete without that unique sound, preserving their legacy and passing it on to newer generations of fans. Thanks for tuning into the albums that saved us. Oingo Boingo wasn't just a band. They were a seasonal institution, an essential part of California's culture, and of course a Halloween staple. Be sure to subscribe and share your thoughts on Oingo Boingo and the bands that saved you. Until next time, happy listening and stay spooky.